Want a quick way to calm down and reset your nervous system? Hang around. We'll have that and our Sunday morning spread coming right up. Kopi Dulu, friends, grab your coffee. It's another episode from Cards of Light. Ryan Noe with you. Thank you for joining me once again this week. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you all could give this video a thumbs up when you get a chance, that would be appreciated. And to our longtime viewers, welcome back. Thank you for joining me once again this week. We will have our tarot card reading for the week to come coming up in just a few minutes, but I want to talk this time a little bit about a technique that I have found to be very, very useful. I always use this before doing a tarot reading, but it is also a great stress relief technique, a great way to kind of get centered down into the body and to get clear, get calm. I'll use this technique a lot of times during the workday if it's a stressful day or a lot of things happening at once. I'll take just a few moments to do this technique and find that I am more productive after I do, that I feel better, that I am calmer, and that I tend to react to things out of my best self instead of just being tense and irritable and that kind of stuff. So this is a technique that comes to us from India, and it is called Nadi Shodhana, and that translates roughly as channel clearing. In English-speaking countries, we usually refer to this as alternate nostril breathing because that's what the technique involves. And it's built on the theoretical foundation is the nadis or channels in the body that the Hindus speak of. And these can be thought of as the non-physical nervous system. So we're all familiar with the spinal cord and, with the nerves that emanate from that. That central channel is called the sushumna. And then there are also these major side channels. There are all kinds of nadis or channels throughout the body, but the side channels on the right side and the left side of the body are the two that are affected by this particular technique. And it's a good technique to use prior to meditation, but it also is a good technique to use as a meditation on its own. A lot of practitioners, I think if somebody did just this technique every day and paid attention and did it well, that would be really the only meditation technique that you might even ever need. It certainly promotes calmness and clarity, and it can be, you can take your time with it if you want, but it can be done in just a couple of minutes, and the effect is very noticeable even after a short time like that. So I'm going to demonstrate this. I would encourage you, if you're doing, if you're working with the tarot or you're doing anything else where you're trying to promote some clarity and some calmness in your life anyway, this is a really good, it's part of my ritual that I use before I read cards. And it's really good for that sort of thing. Or it's good as just a standalone, just something to do every now and again when you think about it and when you feel the need during the day to kind of promote a sense of calm and clarity and just sort of reset the nervous system a little bit. So the way we do this, you really can use any method that you want to cover your nostrils. But the way that I was taught is we're using something called Krishna Mudra. And so if you remember Star Trek in the, Live Long and Prosper, where you've got these two fingers up, these two fingers down, and then the thumb. We're going to start with that. We're going to bring it around to face us, and we're going to put the thumb on the right nostril to begin. And just take a nice soft breath. In with the left nostril. Then we're going to switch. We're going to put these fingers over the left nostril and exhale. We inhale again on the right. And we switch and exhale on the left. So it's in on the left, out on the right, in on the right, out on the left. And that is one round of alternate nostril breathing. You saw how quickly that went. You want to do this maybe 12 times, maybe 24 times. Usually folks will tend to do it in multiples of 12. But really 12 is a good way to start. And the way that I usually count that is we've got 12 bones in our fingers. We've got 3 in each of our fingers. So if you take the thumb and start here on this first bone and you do your first round, then you move it to the second bone, do your second round, third, fourth, etc., all the way on through. By the time you've touched each of your fingers 3 times and you get to the end of this pinky, you've done 12 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. So super simple to do. And I'm going to link out to a blog post. I've described this pretty quickly. So I will link out to a blog post that describes it in more detail and has also a video example there as well that you can follow. But I'll do it one more time as well. So we start hand like this, come around, inhale in the left, not through the left nostril. Switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch and exhale through the left. And it's as simple as that. Nice slow breaths, probably slower than what I was doing in the example here, or the demonstration. If you want to, you can also, as you inhale on each side, picture energy coming up all that side of your body up to here, and then being pushed down all that side of the body, and then back up as you breathe in, and back down as you breathe out. And that's basically it. That's this technique, alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. And again, I'll link out to a blog post about it. I would love to hear if you adopt this technique. Would love to hear how it works out for you, any impressions, any questions you've got, that sort of thing. You can either leave comments here with the video or pop on out to the weblog at atarotjourney.com and find my contact information there. Well, let's do some soft breathing now and get into our tarot card reading for the week. Okay, we've got our minds still and we've got the cards laid out on the table for this week, using a little 3-card reading for the week to come. And we have a major and 2 cards from the suit of wands this time around. Fiery energy all down the line. We've got the sun in the first position. In the second position, we have the 3 of wands. And in the final position, we have the Prince of Wands. So let's take these one at a time. So for opening influences, perhaps waning influences this week, we have the Sun. And this card of the Major Arcana is about what you would expect when you think about the Sun. It's glory, it's beauty, it's pleasure, it's truth, it's light. Think about the sun being the source of all life on our planet. And so a very auspicious card, and we're carrying that energy into the week with us. And we've got more the energy of the element of fire here with this 3 of wands coming this week. So this would be the predominant energy for the week to come. And this is styled virtue in the Thoth deck. It is about success, possibly after struggling for a while, working from our established strengths and perhaps displays of strength happening this week. We may have been holding out hope for something and that has finally been realized. The temptation with this card, though, is to fall into the errors of pride, arrogance, conceit, that sort of thing. So if we are having, dreams realized this week, if we have finally attained some goals, I think the message is don't get cocky about that. For certain, celebrate it, be happy, but don't let it go to our heads. And this is especially important when we get then to this third card coming on the horizon as the week wears on, the Prince of Wands. This card represents it is air of fire from an elemental perspective. And so think about if you've ever seen the movie Backdraft, where they open the door and this fire that has been kind of smoldering all of a sudden gets a breath of fresh air and just rushes forth and knocks everything down in its path. That's the kind of energy that we get with this Prince of Wands. This character can be generous and noble and is pretty well humored, or at least seems to be, but sometimes can fall victim to pride and intolerance, and can even be cruel at times because of that. So we want to make sure that this swift, strong energy is channeled in the right direction, that it doesn't kind of go to our heads and bring us into kind of some ugly places. As human beings, we want to try and be good sports, especially when we're winning. Overall, I would say that this spread gives us an opportunity to practice our breathing techniques, to calm ourselves down with all of the excitement and all of this fiery energy afoot this week. We may need to spend a little extra time getting our minds quiet, getting our nervous systems settled in, and making sure that we're acting from our best motivations. Well, that'll do it for this week. I hope that you got something out of this episode. Please do keep in touch when you get the chance. Either leave comments here or visit the weblog at atarotjourney.com. We will be back again soon, and in the meantime, as always, I wish you peace. Take care of yourself.